Once upon a time, in England, there was a young girl named Mary Lennox. She was born in India to wealthy parents but was neglected and often left alone. After a cholera outbreak claimed her parents' lives, Mary was sent to live with her uncle, Archibald Craven, at his grand but lonely mansion called Misselthwaite Manor in Yorkshire. Mary arrived at the manor, feeling lost and unhappy. The house was cold and filled with mysterious secrets. The servants ignored her, and she was often scolded for being a spoiled child. Mary spent her days wandering the vast, gloomy grounds, feeling more and more isolated. One day, while exploring the mansion, Mary overheard the servants talking about a hidden garden. Intrigued, she asked about it but learned that the garden had been locked up for years after the death of her uncle's wife, Lily. Mary became determined to find the garden, imagining it filled with beautiful flowers and lush greenery. While wandering the grounds, Mary met a friendly robin. The bird seemed to understand her, and she followed it as it flitted through the trees. The robin led her to a hidden door covered in ivy, and with a little effort, Mary was able to unlock it. When she entered, Mary gasped in awe. The secret garden was overgrown and wild, but she could see the beauty hidden beneath the tangled vines. Determined to revive the garden, Mary spent her days cleaning, planting, and watering the flowers, feeling happier with each passing moment. As Mary worked, she began to change. She became more caring and gentle, discovering a love for nature. She also noticed the robin had been watching her, often bringing her seeds to plant. One day, while tending to the garden, Mary met a boy named Dickon. He was the brother of Martha, the maid who took care of her. Dickon was kind and loved animals, and he quickly became Mary's best friend. Together, they worked in the garden, bringing it back to life. With Dickon's help, the garden flourished, and so did Mary's spirit. She began to blossom just like the flowers around her. As Mary and Dickon tended to the garden, she learned about another secret: her cousin Colin Craven, her uncle's son, who lived in the manor. Colin was sickly and had been hidden away, believing he was too weak to walk. He was spoiled and grumpy, just like Mary once was. Mary was determined to meet him, so she and Dickon visited Colin. At first, he was angry and refused to see them. But Mary wouldn't give up. She told Colin about the secret garden and how beautiful it was, igniting a spark of curiosity within him. Eventually, Mary persuaded Colin to join them in the garden. At first, he was hesitant, but once he stepped into the secret space, he was filled with wonder. The fresh air and vibrant colors made him feel alive. As Colin spent time in the garden, he grew stronger and more confident. With Dickon's encouragement and Mary's friendship, Colin began to believe he could walk. They all worked together to nurture the garden and each other. As spring turned to summer, the garden blossomed beautifully, and so did the children. Mary, Colin, and Dickon laughed, played, and explored together. Colin's health improved dramatically, and he eventually learned to walk, much to everyone's delight.